Shalom, family. Shalom. Glory be to God. And as always, blessed be the Lamb. Blessed be the Lamb. You always hear me say that. You know who God is. But who is the Lamb? Blessed be the Lamb. The Lamb goes by many names. At last sighting, he was in Revelation standing as if he had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes. Now that was at last sight. But the question remains, who is the Lamb? Who is the Lamb? The Lamb has other names that he has gone by through the biblical times. The Lamb, the Savior. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about contemporary times. In contemporary times, it would be he whose voice is one of many waters. He who cometh with clouds. He who was once dead, yet liveth. He who has defeated death itself. But my favorite in these times is God's wrath. You know that wrath that in the end times, where we're at now, where all of the evil people will run to the mountains and the rocks if they can find them and say, fall on me, and crush me, and kill me, and hide me from the eyes of God and the wrath of the Lamb. So currently, tonight, I speak to you as God's wrath. That's fully weaponized to do whatever I have to do at any given time. Today, I speak to you as God's wrath, and he who has a voice of many waters, he who cometh with clouds, he who has been crowned. He who has been crowned. Ain't that something? Wow. And it's a sad thing, too. It's a sad thing because the crown was given to someone who the rest of the world, especially in the locale, would never respect. Not because he doesn't deserve respect. No, that's just what it is in the locale from which he hails. At any rate, here to do battle. We are here to do battle with all of mankind's enemies, all of his haters, all sinners, all killers, all liars, all wicked people, all of those who are renegade, all of those who are, what's the word I'm looking for? Evil, sinful, full of iniquity. We come for you. And we come for the devil and the demons. And we shall feed, well, I don't eat flesh myself, but the birds shall feed on the flesh of kings. That's not a lie. And mighty men. Mighty men. Which brings me to my next point. Mighty men. Of those who would be mighty. In today's world, all it takes is money to be mighty. Money, not grit, not hard work. No, not being tough, not being smart, not being fast, and not being sure. All it takes is money. And money is guarded as if it's made of gold. You would think, because they control every aspect of it. Who gets money and who don't. Thereby, they can maintain power. Who is they? These people over here that's going to make me say things about them tonight. See, sometimes you have to stay in your lane. I wonder, do they get what they're dealing with now? Do they get what the fuck they're dealing with now? I'm not your play Purdy. I ain't your pass through. I'm none of those things. Shit. By your definition, I'm barely human. I'm barely human. By your definition, I am the ultimate alien. Maybe I fell down here from outer space, but that too is besides the beaten, is outside of the beaten path. So here's your problem. When you make yourself gods, see, you have to be prepared because you're in God's territory. So when you say unto people, if you say this about me, I'm going to do something to you. If you say something about my culture, race, or religion, I'm going to do something about you. Because that's akin to mockery. You're saying if they mock you, you're saying if they tell the truth about you, you're going to get them hurt. Well, that makes you a god. Because you know what we'll do to those who mock me or God? Have you been paying attention? Have you been paying attention? You mock God and you might lose your life instantly. Are you a God? Because God didn't write it in man's law. He didn't have to go through the Senate. He didn't have to go through the House of Representatives. No, he wrote it one time, and said it one time. If you mock me, you might lose your life. Right then and there. It's not just your life, but of your friends and families and your countrymen. That's what you're dealing with tonight. Now you finally stepped in God's lane. Let me tell you just how far over in God's lane you are. I mean, I could whip up a frenzy here and bring you lightnings and thunderings. You know what? But people where I'm at ain't the problem. Listen, or are they? Listen. So you believe that in the face of the truth, you're going to maintain a power structure based on a lie. Not just one lie, but multiple lies. Multiple lies. Fictitious and made up out your flesh. Fictitious and made up out your flesh. Period. End of discussion. Taught to others to believe in it as if it is fact, as if it is truth. But you did not get ready for that date when the truth came home. So now the truth is at home. How will you defy the truth? How will you stand up against the truth? The truth is the light, and the light is God. That puts you on the other side of things. That means you the enemy. See, our calculations are different from yours. Way, way different. But let's get out of the Bible a minute. Let's get downright political by your own law, man's law, be it Commonwealth, Oxford, or Maritime. That too is made up out your own flesh. However, again, so you believe that in the face of the truth, and the truth is the true people of Israel, and indeed is Israel, are the black people of America, and scattered about in some other places too. But we're going to focus on freaking America, but that's where you're doing all your dancing at. You done paid off. Who haven't you paid off? Who haven't you threatened? Who haven't you gotten fired? I mean, we got members of that community suing, and I mean, you know what? Launching lawsuits exclusively against black people for helping themselves, while you have Jewish organization. I'm sorry I said it, but it's too late. While you have Jewish organization after Jewish organization that help exclusively no one but other Jews. Right now, as I speak, they trying to sell stolen land out of the West Bank to American Jewish people against American law. As I speak, they're doing it. As I speak, they're selling stolen land against American law. But the point of it is, they even had a fair that said Jewish only. Well, hot damn. So I can't go live in the West Bank, even if I got the money. I might be bringing some more niggas here. I understand. I wouldn't want my home invaded. Oh, but it's not your home. You stole it, and you're killing people, and you're bombing folks for it. I mean, they get you to sign a ceasefire or to agree to a ceasefire in Gaza, and wouldn't you know, you're so bloodlusted. Oh, boy, you are so based in that lust for blood and screaming and running and gnashing of teeth and burning bodies and suffering and misery that you cranked it up immediately the very same day in the West Bank. Wow. That lust is something, ain't you? Well, I got a few lusts myself. I might be talking about it before the evening's over. It ain't what you think, though. It ain't what you think at all. When I say lust, I wake up thinking about this and I go to bed thinking about this. It's like you're going to become to me. We may as well, trust me, at some point, we may as well be lovers because we're going to be intimate as hell. You're going to know everything about me and I'm going to know everything about you. And I won't wake up without thinking about you, and I won't go to bed without thinking about you. That is what I call intimacy. Intimacy. You shouldn't want to know me that way, and you shouldn't want me to know you that way. We past that point now, ain't we? We are past the point. You all over in God's lane. See, man, you don't be listening to the rules, or do you? Listen, here, restate it. Restate it. Insert this into your record. You can take away from man anything that you have given him as another man, be it the government or your best friend. Doesn't matter. If you gave him a car, man, he pissed you off, and one day you walk up and say, you know what, I was smart. I kept the title. Get your ass up out that car. I was going to let you have it, but you talk too much shit. Now you're walking again. See? He who giveth can later come and take it. Okay? And that'd be from the individual on the street to Caesar himself. All the way up the chain. But the one thing that you cannot take is that which you have not given. Have you given anyone speech, sir? Have you given anyone the fucking ability to hear words? Have you given anyone the special ability to force air over the vocal cords that make these funny sounds that you call words put together by syllables? Did you give them that? Oh, did you give them the ability of free will and freedom of thought and freedom of expression? Nope, you didn't give them that either. See, and that's why you're in God's territory. So now I'm not talking to you as your motherfucking friend or as your motherfucking equal. Cause really, we can kick shit off tonight. You know how we play. You know how we play. It may seem like it's calm right now, but in your neck of the woods, it'll be anything but. Anything but. Not just in your neck of the woods, but anything who walk like you, sound like you, think like you will be targeted. This is just the reality when you come into God's lane. Stay in your damn lane. You're saying that I can blow up babies, use somebody else's name, commit fraudulent acts in their name, have government policies written in their name, laws passed in other countries in their name, and you better not say a damn thing about it. Well, I just have your ass to know that God will want me to let you know that he would just as soon shake you like a rag doll, like an overstimulated puppy on a rag doll. rip it apart. This dog ain't been walked, so it got a lot of energy. So, and Harvard, no doubt. You even got an American university. Man, listen here. We're going to get past all that. Let's get into contrast. Let's move past that. I know you understand exactly what I'm saying and how you make absolutely no sense at all. Biblically, you already dead. Biblically, you know exactly who you are. The synagogue of Satan. That's just the end of it. You on the targeting list. You on the targeting list. That's just how it is. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. You're on that motley crew. That motley crew of non-believers, reprobates, infidels, killers, murderers, liars, and otherwise the people with nefarious characters. Plus you like, man, listen here. Anyway, contrast. You do know what contrast is, right? Contrast. As in black and white. As in black and white. Not what you think. On the one hand, we have the IDF, that vaunted and glorified military of the Middle East, having killed wantonly women and children. Hold on. I mean, in a bloodlust. I mean, you should see it. I mean, man, we almost a little bit jealous at your efficiency and your effectiveness at it. And we're glad that you don't have angelic powers. We can only imagine what you do. But you don't want to find out what I'm capable of either, do you? You really don't. Neither does the Congress. Neither does the House of Representatives. We're not whistling Dixie here. We didn't come to play patty cakes. But back to where we was, contrast. So the members of Hamas have maintained a slate of hostages who are members of Israeli society. And they released them. And did you see them? Did you freaking see them? After being held over a year by their enemy that's being bombarded and bombed and their babies killed every day, did you see the hostages that was released by Hamas? Didn't they look healthy? I mean, healthy, happy. I mean, they throwing up symbols, laughing. Now, walk right outside. Look at the prisoners that's coming out of the IDF prisons. Tortured, raped, starved to death, beat the hell up. Do you see the contrast, sir? Do you see the obvious contrast? Your whole of society is mad as a hatter, mad as hell. And then Hamas backdoors it, what would look like a brand new Hamas. And to backdoor that, the very leader that you said you killed is in front of a microphone. Have you, let me take a breath. Have you achieved any of your military objectives? The short answer is no, but you have managed to kill 50,000 women and kids, though, that we know of. You have managed that. Now, what this is showing any thinking man, particularly since you were forced to take the ceasefire in Gaza, which is basically a land grab, and then once you sign it, you still shooting people who try to come back into their own land. But when forced to take this deal, you start the same scenario in the West Bank. In the West Bank. So almost, if you release 200 prisoners from the Gaza war, you go in the West Bank and you just snatch up 200 hot bodies, 200 warm bodies. You're a psychopath. You know what, but I know how to deal with psychopaths. Trust me. They all do the same thing in the end. Beg for their lives. They all say, please, take my word on this. They all say, please in the end. And they all bow down in the end. All of them. But back to where we started, though. You trying to pass laws in the United States as if we Poland. As if we in some Eastern European black country. Let me just tell you something, my friend. You can pay as many senators and congressmen off. You can form as many organizations as you choose. You will find them empty and ineffective. And what's your next move if you could pull this off? You know what your next logical move is, right? What's your next logical move in this test of false narratives, the truth versus what you want it to be? What's your next move? Persecute the Christians? Now, come on now. You know that that's your logical next move because they know that you're not who you say you are. The Christian has become a problem for you all of a sudden after years of giving you millions and millions of dollars. Millions. Now, all of a sudden, they're on your target list, ain't you? Along with black youth. Now you said this not your own mouth at one of your forums. A elder lady, Jewish lady, of her 60s, stood up and said that the biggest threat to Israel is America's black youth. And I'm like, what the hell? How are they a threat to you? Lord, I think they know. Of course they know. That's why they're talking about it. So how will you face this? As the ocean rises at your ankle, the tide is coming in. When the lie will no longer stand, will you start to say things like, we're only Jewish for the sake of this argument, or for the sake of the politics of it, geopolitical affairs. We still must call ourselves a Jewish nation. Will you do that? Because you got to do something with this truth. It's not going to stop. And in fact, if you try to stop it, I can promise you I'm going to be me. And I really want to be me. I really do. I want to burn everything. See, that's me. I'm not too fucking particular once an area has deemed itself wicked and dark and evil. I know how to get rid of it. Fire, it will cleanse it all. It cleans everything, almost to an antiseptic degree. So while you're thinking about that, and the other ways and methods I could use, you should think real hard about these things. And the black youth, they are your future problem. But right now, they're not going to have to deal with you. They may deal with your kids later. But we finna deal with you ourselves. Us being source. We going to deal with you personally. We going to be dealing with you personally. Okay? Those who pass themselves as both a nation and a religion and a culture and a heritage, all of it a lie. All of it a lie. You have managed well, but you should do some self-reflection. You should ask yourself why everybody hates you. See, I would understand why everybody hates me because listen, I ruffle people's feathers like I'm ruffling yours right now and making you listen and making you understand there's nothing you can do about it. Because from right here, I can blow your brains out your head by just screaming inside your fucking mind. From right here. You have no idea of my capabilities. I don't think I have a limit. I really don't. I really think it's whatever I can think of. as long as God can deliver. Whatever I can think of in terms of the many weapons that can be turned on you. You are surrounded by me. You surrounded by me. I'm everywhere. You don't sense that? I am everywhere. Everywhere. I'm in the raindrops. I'm in the wind. I'm in the lightning. I'm in the cool breeze. I'm in the warm summer day. I'm in the frogs and the squirrels and the grizzly bears. I'm in the trees. I'm everywhere. You do understand source, right? The word source is a derivative. It means source of all things. The source of all things. And right now, you have wound up on sources targeting lists. Okay? So you need to, while we still have time, deal with the matter. Deal with the truth. We are long past the stage of you ignoring me. You don't ignore me anymore now, do you? Now, what did I tell you 2 damn years ago? That ignoring us won't work. You understand that now. You understand that now. Bravo for you. You've arrived. You're smart. You were too smart by half. I wasn't pulling for you. I wanted you to keep trying to ignore me so I can keep making examples of why you probably shouldn't do that. So you have to deal with this truth. And I'm about to wrap this up here. Okay? The truth of the matter is you're not who you say you are. And you kept the world in turmoil over this. Will that nation state be the cause of World War III? Depending on what you're calling World War III. I'm hoping to bring you Armageddon. I'm hoping to bring you Apocalypse, not World War III. Not World War III. It has become evidently and quite clear that the world's evil has no and it's so funny in the face of the truth, and you're not even ready to fight. We know that you're not ready to fight because you avoid the truth, and the truth is the light, and the light is God. So what you really want to do is run your ass around and somehow extend the status quo. It can't be done. It cannot be done. It just can't. And it won't be done. But like I said, I'm about to wrap this up. I was going to wrap this up right about here. I still got a minute and a half. So in that closing minute, I would say this. I had said at the beginning of January, it's not going to be like 2024. Have I not been true to form? Don't ever think, please, don't think anything. Don't think anything. Not in terms of I can stop it, I can defend against it, I can retaliate against it. Don't think any of those things. All of those are bad for you. Don't think those things. Stop it. That'd be bad. Now what you need to do is to get with the truth. It's just the truth. It was bound to happen. God gave you an exact number of years, 400 years here. And he wrote about you. And you've been true to form, like I've been true to form. We didn't have to look for you. We did not have to look for you. You're true to form. And the form is, I am so God-like that I'm going to control the minds, mouth, will, and thoughts of the people around me through money and fear and threats of violence. Now, I ain't got no money, but I can spread an awful lot of fear. And I don't make no other threats. I say it, and then it becomes. I say it, and then I do it. So you need to be working on your children and your children's children. Because working on your children is helping your great-grandkids if you love them. If you love them, come to grips with reality. I don't know what you're going to do. You guys are too complicated for me. But you're starting to look like you psychotic. I said earlier, if you were a man, not a nation state, but a man, we would see how mad you are. We see instantly how mad you are. Mad as in crazy, psychotic. Well, I haven't gone mad. I ain't went psychotic either. To the rest of you who haven't gone mad, enjoy the rest of your evening. To those of you who have gone mad, you don't think that you've gone mad, so enjoy the rest of your evening too. I am Source. I am Seven. I am One.